Hello everyone. Do you have a passion for education? Perhaps your NGO is focused on providing education in your community and you're wondering how you can expand your impact. Let's take a look at what's working in education around the world right now. Hello everyone, I'm Louise from the Social Strategy Cafe and it's lovely to have you here. This channel provides tools and tips for strategically developing your non-profit. So it doesn't matter whether you work for an NGO, whether you run a charity or you're starting your social enterprise. Nelson Mandela said education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And the economic benefits of education are well documented, as education enhances economic opportunities, offers greater employability and higher incomes. But there are many other benefits to education that are societal and transformative, which, according to the Stanford Social Innovation Review, includes fostering critical thinking, enhancing decision-making and building confidence. Education is also linked to personal empowerment, civic participation and an increase in democratic values. And in some of the newer educational approaches, there are additional benefits to the local communities too. So what is working well around the world in education right now? Grab yourself a cuppa and let's take a look. Education models have changed considerably over the years, often based on rote learning and repetition. But these have limited impact and don't offer children the best classroom experience or skills. One of the most effective systems is the Finnish education model, which reports some of the highest literacy and problem-solving scores according to the Organisation for Economic and Cooperative Development, or the OECD. Finnish schools prioritise student well-being and use approaches such as phenomenon-based learning, so students study real-world concepts such as climate change across multiple subjects at the same time. What is also interesting about the Finnish model is that they spend less per student than the United States, and teachers are highly trained and respected, all holding master's degrees. Finnish teachers have a lot of autonomy and the education system is based on trust in the teachers rather than state control. So teachers contribute to developing the curriculum and decide on their own teaching materials, teaching methods and student assessment. There is a real emphasis on equality in Finnish society, which runs through the education system. Children receive free healthy meals at school, and there is a school welfare team which meets regularly to discuss any issues, such as bullying, within classrooms. Schools are all equitably funded, and there is no private education system in Finland, as schools are not allowed to raise money from parents. Singapore is also regarded as one of the best education systems in the world, but it has a very different approach to the Finnish system, which reflects Singapore's societal values and priorities. It has recently pivoted from a highly pressurised exam culture to a more flexible, industry-focused system with strong partnerships between education and industry. But of course, Finland and Singapore are rich countries that can provide a lot of statutory investment into schooling. But is this really the most essential aspect of establishing a successful education system? Well, there's a fantastic TED talk by Ken Robinson, which many of you will have already seen if you have a passion for education. And I'm sorry to recommend listening to an old white man, but in between all of his jokes, he reminds us about the importance of understanding the creative needs of each child and offering an educational environment in which that creativity will flourish. He says that children have the most amazing powers of innovation and creativity, and that our education systems can often crush this before it has the chance to develop. So other, less rigid and less top-down models of education may suit our children much better. Project-based learning is one example. It's an educational approach which focuses on a complex problem and offers students the necessary curriculum to be able to solve it. The Green School in Bali, Indonesia, uses this approach. The Green School creates projects with students which focus on learning and environmental regeneration. Examples of this are the Biobus, which is a social enterprise that collects used cooking oil from local hotels and converts it into a biodiesel, which fuels the school's buses. Another project is bamboo engineering, where students learn physics and geometry by building bamboo structures on campus. Another project-based model is run by the Think Global School, which offers students a more nomadic educational experience. Students live and learn in 4 different countries each year. Their curriculum is project-based and relates to the location to which they're visiting. For example, students work on conservation in Botswana to track and analyse wildlife data to propose new anti-poaching strategies. Or they retrace parts of the Odyssey while studying classical literature, philosophy and modern migration issues in the Mediterranean in Europe. The Lumia School model from Brazil is another project-based model which is devised to develop competencies and skills. It is driven by students' interests, interdisciplinary and multicultural approaches, alongside the development of essential skills to transform knowledge into long-term wisdom. The Mechai Bamboo School in Thailand offers a co-creation model of education where students co-run the school. The school demands that children undertake community service, plant trees and run the school through different student management committees. They recruit students and teachers and are responsible for cleaning, cooking and purchasing items for the school, and even have to spend 1 day a month in a wheelchair to have an understanding of what it's like to live with a disability. There is a business loan fund to enable students to undertake group enterprises so that they can learn entrepreneurship skills. The school also acts as a social and economic training hub for local communities. The Shanti Bhavan School network is a boarding school approach which focuses on offering an educational way out of poverty, exclusively targeting children who were born into India's lowest social economic class. Shanti Bhavan provides each child with education, medical care and support between the ages of 4 and 21. It provides small class sizes, committed teachers and recruits global volunteers to prepare students to enter top universities around the world and break the cycle of poverty. There's a Netflix documentary about some women who have attended the school called Daughters of Destiny, if you're interested. But what if you don't have the funding to pay for a boarding school and you want to offer education in areas where girls are likely to drop out of school early? It's even more vital for girls to continue their education. But what projects or approaches are being used to encourage them to continue in education? Well, in Kenya, approaches that attempt to remove barriers from girls' school attendance and providing holistic wraparound services appear to work the best. Organisations like Zana Africa offer sanitary pads and underpants to girls in Kenya to address period poverty. They offer a health and life skills curriculum which includes a comic with characters which walk alongside girls as they face challenges growing up. A recent innovation is an online platform which enables girls to access a mobile-based support network. So far, dropout rates have decreased by over 20%. The NGO Akili Dada uses a leadership incubator model to keep girls in education. They connect high school girls with successful Kenyan women working in technology, law and medicine to keep them motivated. They also foster social action projects which enable girls to transform from a student to a leader as they solve a problem in their own communities. This also transforms their value in the eyes of society and their families. There are also school lunch food programs that are operating to ensure that children around the world are having healthy lunches, which can help facilitate their attendance and their ability to learn. One such program is Food for Education, a charity that's based in Kenya. They claim to have fed 600,000 children and improved attendance and children's exam results. But the midday meal scheme in India is the largest school lunch program in the world. It serves 120 million students and is funded by the state. The positive benefits include encouraging children from disadvantaged castes to school, alongside nutritional and socialisation benefits. So these exciting new educational models and add-on programs facilitate tremendous learning benefit to the students, and some even extend to benefiting their local communities. And these are only a few of the new innovations in education. So if you know of any that you can share, please let us all know in the comments below. And if you have an idea of a video you'd like to see, please let me know. Have a great week, everyone.